Hi, my name is Tristan. I'm a student at JTech, and today we're going to be going over the automotive system. This is a 2008 Honda Accord. It's a 4-cylinder engine, and the way the engine works is there's pistons inside the engine. This is a 4-stroke engine, and the pistons go up and down, and what they do is they compress air. When they compress air, the cylinders fire from the spark plugs. The intake and exhaust valves open to let in an air-fuel mixture, and the exhaust valve opens to let the exhaust out. What the engine does is it produces the power needed to turn the wheels. It's essentially the heart of a car other than an ECM or an ECU. Alright, so in an engine with engine performance, it starts with your intake. Then up through here you get compression. Upwards by the pistons is where you have combustion. Two are always going downwards and two are going upwards and firing. After combustion, it's before top dead center. The coil sparks the air-fuel mixture and the pistons goes down. As for exhaust, the pistons are going up and the exhaust valve is open and the intake is closed. And you can put a turbo on an engine if you want, but you have to reinforce it and build it for it. One thing I forgot to mention is this is the camshaft. These are the rocker arms, these are the valve springs, and these are the valves. This right here is an automatic transmission. The function of any transmission is to transfer engine power to the drive shaft and the rear wheels or axle half shafts and front wheels in front of a front wheel drive vehicle. Gears inside the transmission change the vehicle's drive wheel speed and torque in relation to the engine speed and torque. So it's just really a torque converter. Alright, so this right here is the drive shaft, and on this transaxle the drive shaft is automatically connected to it. Up there by that catalytic converter, there's one right there, and there's also another one right here. The difference is this one's sitting horizontally, and that one over there was sitting vertically. So what a transaxle does is it changes the gear ratios as the car moves depending on the amount of RPMs you're pushing. So it just really converts torque, and it automatically shifts the car through the gears, and you don't have to do it yourself. Manual transmission, it's a clutch, and with the clutch mechanism, you push in this fork right here when you're pushing the clutch. This throwout bearing pushes the teeth of the pressure plate down, and the pressure plate applies force to the clutch, which is usually connected to the pressure plate in itself and to the flywheel. Alright, this right here is a brake. And when it comes to brakes, the way they function is whenever you step on the brake, these brake pads right here are pushed down the caliper. It puts force down on the brake shoes, and whenever you put force down on these brake shoes right here from the calipers, it creates friction right here on the rotor. And with the rotor, it slowly stops the car down depending on how hard you push down the brakes. The thing about brakes though is you want to make sure your shoes are good, because bad brakes could be no bueno for you. Alright, so with suspension, the suspension supports the car, road holding and handling, and the ride quality of the car. Now with suspension, this right here is your steering. This right here is a bottom ball joint. This is a top ball joint. Right over here. This right here is a control arm, and this over here is a sway bar. For heating and air conditioning, the ventilation and air conditioning system is composed of 3 subsystems that all work together. They provide conditioned air to the cabin. The heating part takes heat from the engine coolant and air. As for making it cold with the AC, air is from the condenser and the compressor, and it comes out to the cabin, blowing cold air. With heating, coolant travels from the heater core and blows hot air from the cabin.